You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife, the Torrent of Turds. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Public relations is used by individuals, famous people, high net worth individuals. It's also used by corporations, government bodies. It's used by pop stars, actors, chemical companies, hospitals. PR can be found almost everywhere. Invariably, Joe or Jane Ordinary don't have much regard for the hiring of public relations officials or companies or agencies, but nevertheless, the reach and influence of PR is everywhere. We know, of course, Harry's wife makes regular use of PR, as do many narcissists, all part of controlling the narrative, because by controlling the narrative, controlling the story, it allows the narcissist to consciously, or more usually subconsciously, achieve control over people. As a consequence of the way that we were created, we have a hypersensitivity to threats to control. We pick up on them far more readily than non-narcissists. And as a consequence of that, our narcissism has developed to enable us to maintain that control, to protect us. And one way, of course, of doing that is to use PR. There are lots of different ways that we assert control over people. We may do so by flattering somebody. We may do so by promising something for somebody. We may do so by holding back their hair and rubbing their back when they're barfing up into the great white telephone. We may assert control by triangulating that individual with somebody else, by saying, for instance, "I'm so glad I'm with you. My ex was a complete lunatic." Or, "Goodness me, I'm surprised you won't do that for me. My ex would always do it without being asked twice." We assert control through lots of different ways. Through physical violence, sexual violence, through threatened loss, through bringing up the past, through making false accusations, accusations that come out of nowhere, being argumentative. We can assert control by agreement. And a common method of the assertion of control, particularly by famous and infamous people, is through PR. Harry's wife is no exception. She has that stable of supine publications, People.com, Tatler, Harper's Bazaar, Town and Country, the Daily Mirror, and, of course, Hello, whose job it is to pump out those PR puff pieces for the purposes of enabling her to assert control over a section of the populace, to draw fuel from the responses, and, of course, to manage that all-important facade. As a mid-range narcissist, Harry's wife operates a facade of being seen, in her world, as a kind and decent person. She doesn't want to put herself forward as being edgy. Although she does think she's superior, she doesn't operate that facade of superiority. Instead, she believes that she's relatable, an every woman, someone who understands the needs and fears of the populace and is there to help. Of course, we all know, as a consequence of my excellent work, that she couldn't give a rat's ass about the plight of anybody. She just creates the impression of caring because her narcissism dictates that's the most effective way for her to get to the prime aims of control, fuel character traits, and residual benefits. As part of managing this facade, she needs lots of PR. The reason being is that she regularly shoots herself in the foot. The fact is, this is demonstrative of the short-term nature of her middle mid-range narcissism. When I describe her as middle mid-range, that doesn't mean that she's a middling kind of narcissist in the sense that there are other narcissists which are more narcissist than she is. It means that she's a complete narcissist and is just as much a narcissist as a greater narcissist, but she's a different type. She has a different range of behaviours that place her within the mid-range of my classification. Chiefly passive-aggressive externally, but can be nasty behind closed doors, often utilising sympathy as a means for asserting control, but also that all-important facade. There are a range of behaviours that are associated with middle mid-range narcissists, both A and B. As of yet, I haven't revealed to you which one she is, but it suffice to say that there are huge similarities between A and B because they both come off the middle range branch. For her, managing the facade is hugely important, and that's why so much of her residual benefits are directed towards PR. And, unsurprisingly, we see this done with a torrent of turds. Yes, a torrent of bollocks and bullshit, which is put forward on her behalf, at her direction, in order to assert control. And Hello is one of the chief troublemakers in that regard. To give you an idea of the torrent of turds that is pumped out by Hello on behalf of Harry's wife, I had a look at all Harry's wife related headlines and articles that were generated by Hello in the last week. Here is the selection. Loved Harry's wife's floral dress. We found an almost identical look-alike. 7th of February. Triangulation with object. Harry's wife and Prince Harry's wedding cake designer shares romantic photographs. 7th of February. Triangulation bringing up the past. Prince Harry and Harry's wife's next career move after Spare Buck and Netflix series. 7th of February. Threatened, promised gain, possibly threatened loss. Harry's wife and Lilibet are identical in rare photos. 7th of February. Bringing up the past, triangulation with child. Prince Harry and Harry's wife face deposition in defamation suit brought by Samantha Markle. 8th of February. Triangulation by event, triangulation with person. Harry's wife and Princess Kate's royal handbag brands. Very exciting news. 8th of February. Bringing up the past, triangulation with object. Harry's wife, legal battles through the years as half-sister launches US lawsuit. 8th of February. Bringing up the past, triangulation with person. Harry's wife, favourite red lipsticks revealed for the first time ever. 8th of February. Triangulation with object. Why Prince Harry and Harry's wife won't make balcony appearance at King Charles' coronation. Future faking. 9th of February. Sensible Prince Harry learns marriage tips from impulsive wife. Harry's wife. 9th of February. Triangulation with person. Harry's wife uses this eyeliner to amp up her looks, and it's in the Boots near beauty sale. Triangulation with object, 9th of February. Duke and Duchess of Sussex hire Ellen DeGeneres as Hollywood dealmaker, 10th of February, triangulation with person. Prince Harry and Harry's wife's exquisite rooms inside £11 million mansion revealed, 10th of February, triangulation with object. Prince Harry and Harry's wife's son Archie splashes around in hotel-worthy bathroom. 10th of February, triangulation with child, bringing up the past. Harry's wife once revealed she is a sucker for Valentine's Day. 11th of February. 8 of Prince Harry and Harry's wife's most romantic moments in public. 12th of February, bringing up the past. That amounts to 16 articles in just the past week. 16 articles. And that demonstrates the necessity for Harry's wife to utilise PR to seek out the prime aims. But it also is demonstrative of this. The fact is, her popularity continues to increase. More and more people simply don't like her because of her behaviour. But rather than recognise that and try and do something about it, or at least disappear, whilst she's not making any public appearances at the moment, and I know that many of you speculated as to why that is, the fact is, although we're not seeing her doing anything, it's as if she's never gone away, because just look at this number of PR puff pieces, and that's just from Hello. They come from other places as well. But this gives you some understanding and insight as to the paranoia that Harry's wife faces. That fear generated by her narcissism's need to ensure that she has control causes her to fear losing popularity. Remember, she doesn't think in terms of control. Her narcissism doesn't allow that to happen. Instead, what it does is it causes her to perhaps worry about not being popular, that she reacts badly to criticism of her, and does so by lashing out and, of course, trying to recreate popularity with these PR puff pieces. She doesn't have the ability to just say, well, forget it. I'm doing what I'm doing. No. The way that her narcissism works as a middle mid-ranger is such that she needs to get that control. And it has to be done by causing her to be concerned about waning popularity, and then, in a move which actually has the collateral consequence of causing more people just to shake their heads, but it's the believed short-term ability to get that control, more PR pieces are pumped out. This gives you an understanding of the sheer volume, the torrent of turds that are generated by those poor staff which are in that bunker somewhere underneath London writing for Hello. Nevertheless, it enables you to understand the mindset of Harry's wife, and the fact is, as I've told you many times before, her narcissism has got her into this position of global fame or infamy, wealth, networks, etc., but it really struggles to keep her there because she has no innate talent which could be utilised to back it up. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.